What's going on, guys? It's Steven from Pure Landscaping. I'm about to do a quick Q&A and just go over some of the questions you guys have asked. One popular question was, what type of equipment do I run? For mowers, I like to run Skags. I'm not partial to Skag for any particular reason. I just run them because I enjoy them. I have a Skag Freedom Z and a 52-inch deck and a Skag walk-behind belt drive and a 48-inch. For my trimmers, I like Stihl, however you want to pronounce it. I am very partial to them because I invested a lot of equipment into Stihl products. I have a chainsaw, I have the trimmer, I have all the trimmer attachments for the KM 110 is what I run. I've never had any issues with it. Every time it starts right up. It's just something that I have good luck with, and because I do, I just keep spending more money with the company. If you find a good product that you enjoy, just do it, buy them. There's no reason to knock other products. There's Echo and Shindaiwa, and I like them. But Stihl is just where I'm at right now for chainsaw and trimmers. One of the other pieces of equipment that I use all the time is a Shindaiwa EB802 backpack blower. I love it. Never had any big problems with it. I had little issues just because of abuse. Basically, the plastic cracks or the little screw that holds on the air filter broke because of abuse. Me smashing against a brick house when I'm trying to get in between the garden beds, or just rolling around in my trailer. So it's nothing against Shindaiwa. They make good products. The only issues I had were because of abuse. Going through some comments, we have somebody asked, what size trailer am I going to upgrade to? That's a great question. Right now I'm using a 5x10 Big Tex trailer with the high sides. The trailer is great for carrying mulch and dirt because of the high sides, and they're solid. The only thing is it's way too small. I cannot take two mowers on it at the same time. So I'm going to be upgrading to a 7x18 foot trailer. So 7 feet wide by 18 feet long. That way I can fit all my equipment on it. If I have to put leaves on it, anything like that, I am able to do so. What do I do in the winter time? I just got back into plowing. I was out of plowing for a little while. I had a plow truck. It was a 1988 Ford F250 with a dump bed and a plow. Had an 8.5 foot plow. I was using that for a little while. It was real beat up, old. It's a 1988, but it got the job done. I had a freak accident where I broke my leg, shattered one of the bones, and I was set back for almost a year. I have about 13 different pin screws and a titanium rod in my leg. It took me a little over a year to fully heal, and damage that was done was mental. You're scared to walk on your leg, you're scared to damage your leg or hurt it. So that was most of the problem. So anyway, I was out of work for a while. I ended up selling my plow truck. I had no use for it at the time. Got my money back. Right now I just bought another plow. So I have an 8-foot stainless steel Fisher. I believe it's the X blade. I bought it used off of a friend, and I had it installed on my truck, and thing functions flawlessly. It hardly had any use on it because it was only used to plow. My friend used it to plow his driveway. That's the only plowing he did, and he only did it a few times, and then I have it now. So the cutting edge and everything on it functions flawlessly. How many employees do I have? Well, you know what, to be honest, I'm kind of a smaller business. I like to run the business by myself. I like to have full control. I tried hiring employees. They don't do the level of work that I expect. And until I find employees that can actually function and run my business up to my standards, because my name is on the business, I'm not going to have any employees. However, I do have one. My wife is an employee. She does everything that I do. She can mow, she can trim, and she's very good at it. She's gone out with me many, many times. She has a bunch of practice. She can run the trimmer like nobody's business. So she's always helping out. Obviously, it's our family business, so I'm not technically paying anybody to help. She does it to help, and we just take the money. I'm not actually giving her a paycheck. So that saves money, and it's a good option. I don't mind working with my wife. I have a great wife that does, a great job, goes out of her way to help, and always does the best quality work she possibly can. So I'm very pleased and lucky to have her with that. So guys, don't be ashamed to put your wife out there, your girlfriend, help you work. That way it puts more money into your pocket. So one of my buddies, Green Man Ground Care on YouTube, go check out his channel. He's fairly new, but he's doing some good videos. He asks, what were my influences and how did I come to the landscaping business? I did landscaping as a kid. I took my father's Craftsman LT1000 riding tractor out to the neighborhood. I printed up some flyers and put them in the mailboxes, trying to get some extra cash, because I knew working for a boss just wasn't for me, even at an early age. I believe I was 16 or 17. So I went around my neighborhood, put flyers out with my friend, and we got a crazy amount of customers right away, very quickly. We had people calling and calling and calling. And I didn't know how to price jobs, but I was pricing jobs, so I was pretty much making $25, $30 an hour at least. And I started getting jobs right and left, right and left. Before you knew it, I was riding my father's riding lawnmower down the street a mile away, to people's houses, cutting it, bagging it. I would drive all the way back, dump the clippings at my father's house, drive all the way back to the property. I was young, but I was a go-getter. I made a ton of money, and that's what you guys have to do. You can't just sit on the couch and expect jobs to come to you. You have to go out and you have to get them. So that's what happened. So I was 17 years old, did landscaping for a little while, made good money. What happened was my friend's father lost his job. He then opened up a lawn care service on a whim. He took some of the customers that we had and expanded. And, he paid me very well. I don't know my hourly rate that he paid me. It's kind of like after every job, he would just hand me a wad of cash. And as a 17-year-old, you're not going to complain. Money is money. I know some of you guys are working minimum wage jobs and bringing home $200, $300 a week, and it's eating up a lot of your time. I was doing landscaping. I was free. I was outside. I loved it. Nothing was in my way. I always had a natural given ability to do landscaping. I had an eye for it. I had the patience to do it. So that's how I got into that. Most of my advertising is done through Facebook because it's a free option. And I noticed that once you advertise through Facebook, it's kind of like word of mouth. I focus on one particular town that's near me, and I did work in it. And because I left every customer very happy and pleased with my work, they kept recommending me to someone else and someone else and someone else. So within a couple months, a lot of different people in that town now know my business and my name, and they know that I've done work there. Another good thing was if you letter your truck, people know, or if you have a logo on your truck, people know, they see you on the side of the road. I notice that when I drive down the road and I'm sitting at a stop sign or a light and someone's next to me, they always glance over and they're reading the door of my truck. They're reading my name. So that's a good way of branding. Make sure you have shirts made up. Just little things like that will help advertise, and it's free. I do send out mailings. It's kind of expensive because it's about 50 cents just to pay for postage to send out some advertisements, but you do what you got to do. Who cares if you spend $300 on advertising? If you get one job, you can make that money back easily. So that's very important. Don't skip with advertising. Someone else asked, do they think I'm going to upgrade to the newest, latest backpack blower? I have no intentions of upgrading to the newest, latest, and greatest equipment unless mine breaks. It just doesn't make sense for me to go out and spend a whole bunch of money and to lose money to try to sell my equipment to get another one. If for some reason mine gets stolen or something like that, I will go out and I will buy the latest and greatest, but I have no reason upgrading my equipment when it's not necessary. So I do enjoy new lawn equipment. I'm not so much into specs. I don't care about how much cubic feet a minute one blower puts out. I mean, that's kind of nonsense, really. I just grab it. It's a tool to me. I grab it, I use it, I throw it back on the truck. I don't baby it, I don't clean it. It's just a tool. When it breaks, I will buy a new one. So that's why I don't upgrade to the latest and greatest. How do I handle difficult customers? Well, that's a good question. A lot of times you can read people and you can know if they're going to be a difficult customer prior to working with them. Not always, but most of the time. You could see people, they get an attitude or little things give it away. And if I don't completely feel comfortable with taking on a new customer, I won't. I rather not tarnish my name. Your reputation is everything. So if you're doing work for somebody and they're well known or well liked and they badmouth you, whether they're right or wrong to badmouth you, they're going to do it. And people listen. So your reputation is everything. Do not do jobs for people that are ignorant, nasty people. No matter how good the money is, I just walk away from it. One last question for today is, well, what kind of camera setups do I use? Well, I'm using the Canon 70D with the stock 18 to 35 millimeter lens is what I'm recording on, and a Trap Star or something like that microphone. Track Star, I don't know, it's like a Rode mic, but much cheaper. That's what I'm using to record on. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below, guys, and I will talk to you soon. Sorry about the lighting. This video was just spur of the moment just to get you guys a video, and I'm not even set up. The lighting's horrible. I need a haircut, so I will see you guys soon to do a couple reviews. I have some lighting coming in the mail that I want to do a review on, and I want to show you guys my plow setup for the winter. So I will see you guys soon. Thank you.